What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Rasan427, and actually today I'm super excited to actually bring you a WrestleMania 39 Night 1 review. And this is actually Night 1 of WrestleMania. Of course, WrestleMania is 2 nights ever since WrestleMania 36. And of course, it takes place in Los Angeles, California, tagging as WrestleMania Goes Hollywood from SoFi Stadium in front of a reported 80,497 people. This is exciting for me because this will be the first WrestleMania I ever review on my channel. So definitely like, comment, subscribe on this video if you want to see more reviews coming up inside the future. And definitely look forward for tomorrow night as well. But getting into tonight's matches, I have to say that stage, that setup was one of the best of all time. Probably the best of all time. I'll probably have to say that stage right there in WrestleMania 33 are probably like my two favorites and stuff, because they both were great sets. I'll probably have to lean towards this one as the greatest of all time, greatest set of all time. Just the effort they put into it. And just everything they did with it, with actually having the red carpet and having the stage and everything like that, look like a award show and stuff. So that was really great. Absolutely loved that. But actually jumping into this card, let's get into the card. There was 8 matches on here. On night 2, there only be 6 matches, which is, there wasn't that many matches on both cards as well. It was only 13 matches actually overall. And actually jumping to the first match, kicking off the night, we knew this from a few weeks ago. There was going to be Austin Theory and John Cena kicking off tonight for the United States Championship. Now, the reason I heard that John Cena actually did this is because he had to go and shoot a movie, which that just told me that he was absolutely losing. And Austin Theory came on. He had a really cool entrance, really cool attire with him actually had WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, but actually have his name on his trunks and stuff like that. John Cena came on. He has a brand new gear, which we all knew that they want to sell merchandise and stuff like that, which is fine and everything. Of course, this is for United States Championship. Now, like going into this, a lot of people said it should be for United States Championship. To be honest, now looking at it, it probably shouldn't have. But I mean, I'll get into it once I actually get into the end of the match. But how I feel about it, because I felt that Austin Theory should have beat him clean. Now, this is a pretty decent match. I'll say this is a good match overall, good opener. It really wasn't one of the top matches on this actual night 1. To me personally, it really wasn't one of the top ones. It was like one of the mid ones. It wasn't mid, but it was one of the middle matches for me. I think it was still a good match. But actually, it was a pretty generic match. You know, you had a ref bump, Cena tapping him out, Austin Theory taps out with the ref bump, and the referee doesn't see it. It was pretty run-of-the-mill match. You know, it was pretty simple. It went about 10 or 11 minutes. I didn't think it was going to go that long, because since Cena's shooting a movie or a TV show, he's not really going to do that much. He's not going to have a 25-minute match in there. And this match didn't need to go 25 minutes. And actually, the ending to this match was actually the referee actually gets distracted, and the referee gets knocked down actually. Then Theory actually low blows him, which is pretty much the same ending that they did at the house show I actually went to with Seth Rollins. Then Theory hits the AJ down for the win, and that was just the ending. But my thing is, I just felt that Austin Theory should have beat him clean. That's what really put him over. But just for him to win like this, I mean, he still beat John Cena, but just for him not to win clean inside the middle of the ring, which I guess, you know, it wasn't outside interference, but he still didn't beat him absolutely clean. I thought he should have beat him clean inside the middle of the ring, 8-tail down. That's it, just for the win. No referee bump, no low blow. That's just what I thought that should have happened. I don't know if this is leading to another match. I would doubt it. I mean, it kind of felt like it with Austin Theory. He cut a promo at the end of the night, and the way it ended kind of felt like it was going to lead to another match, but I really don't know for sure. But the right outcome actually was this. A lot of people were saying John Cena's going to win and drop it on Monday Night Raw after Mania. That's not happening because he's shooting movies and stuff right now. And the fact that he wasn't on any Monday Night Raws in between any of this. He was on one Monday Night Raw, Boston. That kind of told me that. But the right person won this match to me personally. Austin Theory picked up the victory, 8-tail down for the win. So also he put him over basically, even though I thought he should have beat him clean inside the middle of the ring. That's just me personally what I thought. Next match, Fatal 4-Way tag team match. It was actually Ricochet and Braun Strowman versus the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders versus actually Alpha Academy. Now going into this match, there was no build, no really hype for this. They just slapped 4 teams together and said, go out there, you get a spot on the card. And this was actually a really, really good match. It's actually exceeded my expectations. It was really just a hot spot match with a bunch of, you know, flips and stuff like that. But it still was really good. I thought to showcase every single talent inside this match, except the Viking Raiders. I just never was a fan of them. They're just like a jobber tag team, just to me personally. I feel like this was supposed to be the not the Usos, the New Day spot where the Viking Raiders supposed to be. Because for them to get a WrestleMania spot just kind of doesn't really make sense. You got the Street Profits, they're great. Alpha Academy, they get TV time. Braun Strowman and Ricochet, of course. But them, I just don't feel like they really belong to set a spot. But actually, let's get into the ending. So the ending showed, it was actually Angelo Dawkins, and I believe it was, who was it? One of the Viking Raiders out on the floor. Then Ricochet actually hit a front flip actually on him, took the both of them out on the outside of the ring. Then Ricochet rolls at Angelo Dawkins, actually goes for a shooting star press. Angelo Dawkins gets his knees up. He's actually catching with his knees. Then he actually holds him. Then Montez Ford actually does frog splash on top of Ricochet while he actually holding him. That looked devastating. That was really cool. Really creative way to actually end the match. I thought that was really, really cool with him actually doing it. And the Street Profits actually won, which I absolutely knew they was going to win. The Street Profits definitely needed this one. And I actually picked them, but I actually kind of thought that maybe they were going to lose. They were going to break up at Mania. I do think the breakup is still coming. They definitely should get a title shot. I don't know what it's actually for. I heard the women's match is for a title shot, but this match is actually not. They didn't say it was for a title shot at all, so I guess it was just basically the Street Profits just get a win and display all these tag teams. I thought it was a really, really good match. Ricochet was great, like he always is. Street Profits were great. Ricochet definitely stood out in this match. Chad Gable was fantastic. It was another cool spot with Chad Gable and Braun Strowman. We actually rolled them up, then did the power bomb. That was a great, great spot right there. There's a spot where Braun Strowman is actually running all across the ring, taking everybody out. And Angelo Dawkins actually took him out, which I don't believe anybody's ever ran over Braun Strowman before and outside the ring. So that was really, really cool as well. But the Street Profits picked up the victory and shot a really good match. Then you got the next match, Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul inside of a one-on-one contest. Now going into this, I said Seth Rollins has to win, just simply because it's like every single, like it seemed like every big match that Seth Rollins had, pretty much over the past 2 years, he's lost. So I was just like, he has to do it, especially with Logan Paul fighting Cena, supposedly fighting Cena at SummerSlam. Logan Paul can get a win back right there. And that's actually what happened. Seth Rollins actually picked up the victory, and Seth Rollins had a very interesting outfit. I don't know what that actually was supposed to be. It seemed like it's supposed to be from something, but I'm not really too sure. Logan Paul actually had a cool entrance too, the Shawn Michaels type thing, entrance coming down. And you had a very surprising thing, KSI actually coming here. Now, I've heard of KSI. I've never seen one of his videos, never paid attention to him, never really cared. But there was a really cool spot, the table spot with KSI, where KSI actually has Seth Rollins laid out, and Logan Paul is actually going for a frog splash. Seth Rollins jumps out the ring. He jumps out the way and grabs KSI, put him on the table, and Logan Paul actually takes out KSI through the announce table. That was an awesome, awesome spot right there. I love that spot. Really cool way to actually bring in KSI since the history between him and Logan Paul. That was really, really cool as well. Then actually getting into the closing moments of the match. Now, Logan Paul actually up top. He goes for coast to coast. Seth Rollins hits him with a super kick. Then a curve stop for the win. So for some reason, I don't think that this is over yet. Maybe they have a rematch at Backlash or somewhere down the line. It just felt like the way the ending was and everything like that, I just didn't feel like it was over yet. And this was actually a really, really great match right here. I love this match as well. Glad to see Seth Rollins pick up the victory. He needed the victory. I believe this would have been his like third or fourth straight WrestleMania loss if he actually lost his match. I definitely think Seth should have definitely won this match. A lot of great spots in this match. Thought it was really, really well executed and everything like that. Logan Paul is great. Whether people love him or hate him, he is great. I can't deny that he is a great heel. And he always just, I don't see him turning babyface anyway. But he always should stay a heel anyway. But he was great inside this match as well. But yeah, Seth Rollins picked up the victory. Definitely the right guy. Definitely the right guy won inside this match. And Logan Paul definitely go on to fight John Cena, which that's the rumor right now. So we'll actually see about that. Getting to the next match. The worst match probably on this card. I thought it was even worse than even that Philly match, which I'll get into later on. Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus versus Damage Control. Dakota Kai, Io Scott, and Bayley. I won't even really waste my breath with this. I mean, Damage Control, I've been saying this for months. If you watch my past reviews or just me talking, they have not done anything since they came back. I really thought that this match sucked. Like, I really thought it was that bad. And Becky Lynch actually won with a manhandle top rope slam to Bayley. That's all I really got to say about this match. I really was uninterested inside this match. Like, it really, I was completely tuned out. I just did not care. And for Damage Control to actually lose, like, then they talking about they not bringing up and bringing more people to the group. Like, I haven't done anything. You know what? I'm not even going to waste my time with this. Becky Lynch in them won. I had Damage Control winning because I thought they should have picked up the victory. There's a lot of talk about Trish Stratus actually turning heel. I don't think that's happened. I never really thought that was happening, even though I had Damage Control winning. But that's all I got to say about this match. I thought this was the worst match on the show. And it'll probably be one of the worst matches throughout the whole weekend, to be honest. That's just me personally. And next match, great, fantastic match with a fantastic story. Rey Mysterio versus Dominik Mysterio. 101, father versus son. Second father versus son match. Of course, Shane McMahon and Vince McMahon match. But yeah, this match was absolutely fantastic. This might be the best match on this show right here. This might be the best one. Right here, this might be. So Dominik Mysterio came out. He had really cool interest with the prison and everything like that. That was really, really cool with the cops coming out. They did something similar with JBL at WrestleMania 21, which they probably paying homage to that. Then Rey Mysterio came out with a lowrider with Snoop Dogg to play Eddie Guerrero music. They came in, did his entrance. I don't know what the gear is actually from. It reminds me of something. I thought it was the Flash, but I'm not really too sure what the gear he actually had on. But it reminds me of something that I just can't really wrap my head around what it actually reminds me of. But yeah, Rey Mysterio came out fantastic. I mean, this match, the story that was told, the build up to this match, was the right outcome. I had Dominik Mysterio winning. A lot of people had Dominik Mysterio winning. I understand the story that they told with Rey actually winning, but I thought that Dominik should have won on a bigger stage, and then Rey gets win back at Backlash or something, since they're doing it in Puerto Rico and stuff, but maybe it'll be the other way around. But getting into actually this match, of course, Dominik Mysterio's sister might actually played a part inside this match, so that was great. Judgment Day, which I expected them to play a part inside the Hell in a Cell match. They actually played a part in this match, but they didn't really interfere that much. But they actually came out, Finn Balor and actually Damian Priest actually came outside this match. But getting to the end of this match, so Dominik Mysterio actually gets a biker chain from actually Damian Priest. He goes to go hit him with the chain, and Rey Mysterio actually takes the chain from him. And actually, he actually hits the 619 for the win. And it was a really, really great match. I mean, it was a great spot. And it was a really cool spot as well. Well, it wasn't a cool spot. It was a hard-hitting spot. Where, like, Dominik Mysterio actually flipped Rey Mysterio into the bottom turnbuckle. That looked devastating. I was like, wow. Like, that really, like, his head actually really hit the thing really hard. Like, that was really surprising me. They actually did that spot. That was a really, really devastating spot right there. But, yeah, just a story that they told inside this match and everything like that, from Dominik Mysterio actually pouring the drink on his sister, Rey Mysterio actually finally getting the comeuppance and actually beating Dominik Mysterio. I kind of thought Dominik should have won, but I understand it. You know, the feel-good story at WrestleMania. I do think Dominik is definitely going to get his win some type of way at Backlash, or maybe they do a rematch at SummerSlam or something like that. But I definitely think Dominik should get his win back and everything like that. But yeah, I thought this, even though I'm a little iffy on the ending, the match and the story that they told was fantastic in that match. Get into the next match, which I thought was going to be the main event. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. There's a lot of talk of what was going to be the main event. This match was tag team match. I thought they chose the right main event. And even though I thought that, to be honest, this match was better than the main event to me, but I did think the story and what the feeling of it was should have been better, because not always the main event is not always the best match on the card. But Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley, fantastic match. This was another great match. You know, it started off slow in the beginning, but I felt like halfway through the match, the crowd really got into it and they really started to pick up. It was really after I believe Rhea Ripley actually flipped Charlotte Flair off the top rope, and she actually German suplexed her, flipped off. That's when the crowd got into it. This is German suplexed her again, and it hit her face right on the mat. She actually started bleeding. She had a big cut on her nose. So that was a really, really cool spot, really devastating spot as well. Charlotte Flair hit a signature moonsault that she does every year, where she barely even hits her opponent at all. But you had kicking out of finishers, going back and forth. These two women going back and forth all throughout the night. You know, there was a real likely chance that Charlotte Flair was going to actually pick up the victory and come out with the victory inside this match. It was a really high chance of that, but the right one actually won, and she actually won with a top rope riptide. And this was a really, really great match. Rhea Ripley definitely deserving of it. Definitely should have won. You know, and I got most of my predictions actually right. I think the ones that I actually got wrong were actually the Becky Lynch match and the Mysterio match. Those are the ones I actually got wrong. But I definitely picked Rhea Ripley. I thought it was pretty obvious, and they definitely should have went with her, because I think people would have been really mad inside this match if Rhea Ripley didn't walk out with the championship. Now, it'll be great to see her on SmackDown. I don't know what they do with Judgment Day coming inside the future. I'm guessing they're bringing the whole Judgment Day over to SmackDown, but I think it was really great for Rhea Ripley to finally have a WrestleMania moment at WrestleMania in a big giant marquee match, and actually for the match to actually deliver as great as this, and for them to do it in front of 70, 80,000 people instead of empty performance center, I thought was fantastic as well. Now, getting to this little filler match, you had Pat McAfee versus The Miz. There's really not much to say inside this match. It's exactly what you expect. It went like, 3 minutes. You know, Snoop Dogg came out, he made the match official. It basically is just a squash match. I believe the guy, Matt Kittle, what is his name? Kittle was something from the San Francisco 49ers. He came out, clotheslined The Miz. Pat McAfee wins. There's really not much to say about that. But that was a nice filler just to get you to the main event, just to get the crowd, you know, a break from everything like that. Because sometimes you actually need to, even though it's a 4-hour show and they actually cut the show down, it's not 7-8 hours what it used to be. But you still need that filler in between. But let's get into the main event. The Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens inside the main event. I did not think they was going to pick this as the main event, but they did. And I thought that was the right decision to actually put this as a main event. Really great story that they actually told inside of the match. Now, I wasn't as high on the Bloodline storyline as actually other people, but I thought that this match really delivered for what the main event was. And see the Usos in the main event, I remember watching them on pre-shows every year. And to see them in the main event at WrestleMania was actually really, really great to see. And the story they told us the match, it was 1 million super kicks inside this match. That really was the match, just 1 million super kicks out of this match. And, you know, actually getting to the breakdown of this match, it was a really cool spot where they actually took out Kevin Owens and they both slammed them actually through the announce table. That was an awesome spot right there. There was actually a spot where they actually super kicked Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn just keep fighting, keep getting back up, keep fighting, keep kicking out of super kicks, keep kicking out of it. But actually, the ending of this match was actually Sami Zayn hitting 3 straight Helluva kicks on Jey Uso. I knew it was going to come down to Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. That's just what I automatically knew who was going to come down to. Both of them, Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. So that was really awesome to actually see that. And see 3 Helluva kicks. Then Jimmy actually tried to get a stunner from Kevin Owens to Jimmy Uso. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens actually walk out as the Undisputed Tag Team Championship champions. Would this mean that Cody Rhodes is winning? I don't think that's absolutely for certain, for sure. But I think it's a high likelihood at this point. Because it'd be a little weird for Roman to keep his championships, but not the Usos. That would be just a little weird to me. Even though that could happen. They could tell a story with that. But I think the Bloodline actually falls this whole weekend. But yeah, this match was really great. I love this match. This match was really, really good. I really liked this main event. And it really delivered. This whole show actually delivered. I would say out of 1 or 2 matches, which one I don't even count one of them. I don't count the Pat McAfee match, but just one match really I wasn't really feeling. But the whole entire card from top to bottom really delivered to me. Is exactly what I wanted from each and every one of these matches, even though the outcomes is not what I expected, or maybe not what I would have booked, or maybe not what I would have wanted. But I still think that everything just delivered. And that's what all you want from a night WrestleMania. Hopefully night 2 delivers as well. Definitely subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing night 2 review as well. But yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below on this WrestleMania night 1 right here, April 1st, 2023. I'll see you April 2nd, 2023. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.